Hello, hello, hello. We are talking about love today. What is love? It's all about love. Everybody's thinking about it right now. Everybody's getting prepared for the Valentine's Day. But are we really talking about what it means to be in love or what love really is? Because lately, what I've been seeing around me and noticing and hearing and talking about and reading about, it's not something that's feeling good, and it's not something that's making people happy. Um, it's it's not something that is bringing people lots and lots and lots of joy anymore. Let me fix my jacket while I get to talking, honey. So I said I wanna go up and I want to chat about this a bit. I want to talk about this love, what it means to be in love. And because I think when people start talking about love and thinking about love and feeling as if they're in love, there's that word. It's a feeling. But I've come to notice and realize that love ain't really just a feeling. It's more to it than that. It's how you treat people. It's how you talk to people. It's how you care for people. It's giving of your time and your resources to folks. Okay? It's not so much just a thing rather than the things that you are doing. Because, here's the deal. One thing I cannot stand is to see someone who says, I'm in love and this person loves me so much, but you don't even look like you're happy. You don't even look like you're having a good time. You know, if this is supposed to be such a good feeling, and it's supposed to bring you so much laughter and peace, why aren't you smiling? Why aren't you happy about it? Because of what the heck you are allowing. You know, Here's the deal, just because someone tells you that they love you and they care for you so, so very much does not give them the right to say what they want to say, act how they want to act, do what they want to do. And it is okay when you love that other person to say, I don't like how you just said that. I don't like how you talking to me. We've already discussed that before, and here it is coming up again. Therefore, we didn't fix the problem the last time. What you have to start doing when you in love is you need to stand up, my friends. In 2019, stand up and fall in love with you. Okay? Fall in love with yourself unconditionally. Accept you for who you are. So if that other person don't accept you for who you are, you still love you. When you love you, you don't allow everything into your life, as I said. When you love you, you teach people how to treat you. You stand up. When you love you, you don't allow your children to disrespect you. You don't allow your boss to disrespect you. You don't allow your colleagues to disrespect you because you look them in the face, you look yourself in the mirror and you say, I love you so much, I'm not going to take it from you. You see, I don't understand this whole concept of, well, we're in love. So I think if I just kind of overlook it, it's going to go away. If I don't pay it any attention, things will get better. Have you ever cut your leg and just assumed it was going to get better? Have you ever bumped your leg on something, your foot, your toe? It hurt, right? What you do? Ooh, you grab it, right? Ooh, that hurt. You go and you doctor it up. You go put something on it. You put a band-aid on, you clean it up. You're tending to it. Why aren't you tending to your heart the same exact way? If you taste something and you don't like it, do you eat it 5 more times? I don't think you do. I don't think you do. If someone try this, I want you to try this, and I want to see if you like it. I think it's so good. Such and such told me about it. I picked it up from the store, and now I want you to try it. I think it's so good, and you try it. Are you honest right away, or do you just say, you know what, it is? Well, no. You say, I don't like that. That's nasty. Stand up. The person that you were with, they hurt your feelings. Getting hot, y'all. Getting hot. It's getting all the way hot up in here. The person you with, they hurt your feelings and they caused you some pain. Stand up. Tell them that hurt. I didn't like how you said that. I didn't like what you did. You don't just rub that little spot where it's bruised at and say, I'll be okay. Because every single time, my friends, that you do that, you have just told that person that it is okay. What you just did is okay, and I'll be fine. The more you lie to yourself, the more you're lying to them. You need to be true to yourself so you can be true to the person that you are with. This is how you feel like you're in love. When that person is attentive to you, you tell them this is the problem and they want to resolve it with you. They care about you. When you tell that person, this is what's going on, and this is how I think we should redirect this, for positive results, and they listen, this is when they care. If you are in the exact same spot that you were in last year, and it was a negative spot, that's where you want to be. Because the only person that can fix you is you. Now, it takes one person to wreck it. It takes one person. It only takes, I don't know why people think it takes two. It takes one person to ruin what you have, that unit. But it is always going to take the both of you to fix it. So in 2019, I want you to reevaluate. I want you to reassess these relationships that you're in when you're calling yourself in love with somebody. First of all, how are you going to be in love with something that doesn't treat you right, don't care for you, don't give, don't spend any time, don't go anywhere with you? I want you to assess it and I want you to look at it in terms of maybe I am just used to this, because love doesn't hurt, does it? If I'm giving you something, it should make you feel good. If I'm spending time with you, it should make you feel good. These are the reasons why a lot of times people say, I'm in love and I feel like they love me. But if someone is with you and they aren't doing all of those things, then why are you still considering yourself to be in love? Reassess what you are calling that term, that word, reassess it. Because you could just be used to being in a relationship and just going with the flow. You're just moving. You're just moving with time. You're just going along with everything. I've been in this for 10 years, so I may as well stay. That's a lie. That's a lie. That's a lie, and the truth ain't in it. The devil is a lie, and don't let him lie to you. Don't let him lie to you. Reassess what you are calling the term love. If you are a male and you are in a relationship, and that young woman does not want to spend any time with you, if that young woman is, no matter what you are doing, she is still not happy. One thing you need to understand, women, it's the same thing. Guys, I'm talking to you. You need to understand when that young woman comes into that relationship, she needs to be a whole person. You cannot make her happy, fully happy. You have to be a whole happy person when you come into the relationship. Because if you spend all your time trying to make her happy all the time, then when you fail at something, or when you feel like you're not doing enough, then She's out there going, you know what? I want to do my own thing because I'm not getting what I want. A lot of times it's not really you, son. It's the fact that she came into it not fully happy. And you're going to have a whole long road ahead. Women, come into the relationship whole person. When you are looking for somebody and when the person or discovering love with someone, be sure you're getting with someone. See, everybody got a past. That's not what I'm saying. Everybody's been in relationships, everybody's been hurt before. But what I'm saying is deal with you and your self, your past, your soul, your inner person before you come into that relationship. Because what tends to happen is you come into a relationship with a lot of things you need to fix. Your partner cannot fix you. You're supposed to both come into that relationship happy with the goal of making each other happier. You understand where I'm coming from? The goal is to make each other happier. Okay. But the number one thing here is you need to stand up, speak up. If there is something you're lacking, if there is something you are needing, say it. Don't assume the other person knows exactly what you're talking about. If there is something more that you feel like you need to be getting, take a look at those things. Think about them. Think to yourself before you approach that person, because it could be you. It could be something that is going on with you. When you take a step back and start looking at what's going on with you individually, together you can grow this thing. But what is getting on my last black reserve nerve is listening to folks say, I am in love, but I am in love, but where's this but coming from? That what you're saying is, I am in love, but I accept. I am in love, but I am okay with. When you are in love, you are in love and you are constantly working on you and your relationship. That was totally different from I'm in love, but stop allowing things to happen in your relationship and just letting it go. Because I've been in it for 5 years. I've been in it for 10 years. I've been together for 20 years. It don't matter how long you've been together. If you're not standing up, being honest with yourself and true to yourself about what you need and what you want and what's going on in your relationship, all you're doing is wasting time. And the time that you're wasting with someone that you're really not in love with, you could actually be by yourself, falling in love with yourself, or getting yourself prepared to be in love with somebody else. Reassess the term love. I also want you to reassess that term love when you talk about friendships, because a lot of times people fall in love with their BFFs. Know when you are in a toxic friendship. And I should have probably started with this first because of the fact that you fall in love with your friend. You know when you are in a toxic relationship. You want to know why? Okay. I had a good friend of mine, very good friends, and it took me a minute to realize that this was a toxic relationship. You ever had those friends that call you up and you be excited, you're really excited to hear from them. 20 minutes straight, you're full listening. And all they're doing is telling you their life, what happened last week, what happened with their relationship, what happened with their job. And then as soon as they take a breath, you finally get your thought back in your brain and you go, oh, you know what? Let me tell you about such and such. And they say, well, girl, I'll talk to you later. I got to go. That's what they do. That's what they do. Not only that, you have those friends that will call you, and the only thing they want to share are their accomplishments, just their own accomplishments. Let me tell you what I did. I did this and I did that. Never, ever, ever, never, ever, 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 ever ask you, well, what's going on with you? Toxic. Will call you at any time of the night, any time of the day, And they expect you to answer that call so you can be a listening ear and a shoulder to cry on. But when you do the same thing, no reciprocation whatsoever, can call you at a random time and say, let's just go out. I need a moment. I need guy time. I need girl time. I want to go do something. I had a long week. You jump up, you get your clothes on, you say, let's do it. Let's do it. Hey, hey, hey. Let's do. Ooh, ooh, whatever you do. But you're there. In return, nothing. My friends, these are toxic friendships, toxic relationships. In 2019, I want you to be able to identify the difference in a good friend, a good friendship, a good relationship, and a toxic, chaotic one. If you are in a relationship, amen, if you are in a relationship and the person that you are with, every now and then they call you out your name. Every now and then, it just happens every now and then, not all the time. You know, they get upset, they call you out your name. Evaluate. That's evaluation time. That's evaluation time. Okay. You want to say, hold up, swole up. Don't do that. Unacceptable. Because every single time, my friends, that you let it go, it's going to happen again because you have just said, it's okay. Call me a B. Call me stupid. Call me dumb. It's fine. When in reality, it hurts. Just because you've been with them for a while, just because that's the way they are, just because that's the way I talk. And that, my friends, is a statement. That's just who I am, is unacceptable. I want you to realize that in 2018, that's just the way I am is unacceptable. If a person feels like they had a bad day, getting hot, man. If a person feels like they have had a bad day and in return they continue to lash out on you, unacceptable. Stop accepting, stop making excuses for bad behavior. We are responsible for our own responses. How we react to someone is our own responsibility. Think about it. That exact same person who had a bad day and lashes out on you. And I get it, no one's perfect. We all make mistakes. But the thing is, what you are allowing, okay? But that same person, that same exact person that acts like this at home, I can guarantee you when they are in the workplace and things get under their skin, they are able to figure out how to handle it because their job is extremely important to them. That is their means of income and that is how they live. So therefore, they don't want to lose their job. Make them understand that I am an asset to this relationship and you don't want to lose me. So therefore, the same respect you give your colleagues and the people that you work with is the exact same respect, even better, that you will give me. See, evaluating here. We're evaluating here. We're saying it is okay for me to say I am in love, but that term must mean something. I'm not just saying that because I'm with somebody. I'm not just saying that because the person can buy me something every now and then. See, if you want to keep saying we're a work in progress or we're working on our relationship, then what are you doing? What is the work? The work should show. You should not be in the exact same place, amen, that you were in last year. That means you are insane. You're doing the exact same thing, you know the term, expecting a different result. Get it together, people. I want to see people happier in 2018. If you are in a relationship and you're kind of wavering and you are on that boat of, well, I've been with this joker 15 years. I've been with this person 3 years. See how I jump? See how I jump? Jump, jump, jump. But you are not fulfilled. You've done all you can. You've worked as hard as you can. You've put a lot of time in, but it just seems like you can't get it on the right page. You can't get things going exactly the way both of you, not you, just you, both of you should have it on that same path. Can't get there, just can't get there. He's not quite happy, you're not quite happy, and you're kind of wavering. Yeah, it is okay to say, I value me. I love me enough to say it is time. Notice, I wasn't going to say, okay, this person not doing you right, so just walk away. That's not what I'm about here, people. I'm about making sure that you understand that if you're going to give your time and spend time with a person, make sure it is time that is going to be good for you. Don't waste your time. I'm the same way about career. It is okay to shift your career path and say, you know what, I've been doing this 8 years and I'm just not getting enough from it. It is okay to make a shift. The same way with your relationships, folks. You don't have to say, I'd rather be with somebody than to be by myself. And then you have the nerve to say, I am so unhappy. I feel like I'm always stressed out. You bring your own self stress. So I'm not the person that's going to be your listening ear because you're doing it to yourself. Every single being on the planet is where they are because that's where they want to be. I know a lot of you are going to say, oh, no, no, no. A lot of people can't. You got people that are homeless. You got people that are this and that. That. Well, if you got to think that, then obviously I'm not talking about those folks. I'm talking about you who can make a change. You can make a difference. You choose not to. So you are where you are because there was a particular moment in your life where it was time for you to shift. And the universe was forcing you to change. And you decided not to. You wanted to just stay in that old little rut and do that same old little thing that you've been doing. And then you, in return, tell people, I feel like there's nothing going on with my life. And I feel like, shut up. I don't have time for people like that because I do not allow negative energy into my life. It gets all up underneath your skin and all. I have fibromyalgia. So just the weather screws me up. So there's no way in the world I'm going to allow anything else to get to me, to make it even worse. You ever had any autoimmune illness, diseases, or anything, and you talk to anybody about it, what they tell you? They're burning, they have cold sensations, tingling sensations. I go through that 24 hours a day, and which means I cannot get stressed out because stress heightens all of it. So I've made it my business to not even allow stuff to stress me out. Because just because this is how I am. Let me tell you how I am. Let me tell you how I am. I'm hot, people. I'm hot because I feel this one. Somebody need this. Let me tell you how I am. If something is going on with you and you want to share it with me, and it's something that is really getting to you and it's bothering you, you get about 10, 15 minutes to get it off your chest. I'm going to listen to you. I'm going to give you all of that. All of it. But what I'm not going to do is allow you to bring that spirit of anger, pissed offness, upset into my space. So I'm going to give you your time. So if it looks like I'm not going, what? You better stop. But what? If it looks like I'm not doing that, doesn't mean I'm not listening. It's just that I'm not going to bring it into my space. I get tired of aching. Tired of aching. Okay? So what I need people to realize in 2019, start loving you enough to say, I'm not going to accept it. I'm not going to do it with you today. You walk in here, you got an attitude. Take your attitude upstairs, cool yourself off. But when you come back downstairs, you're going to act like you got good sense because I'm not getting ready to be bothered with it today. Just because your day hasn't gone well doesn't mean that mine and everybody else's will be disrupted. You hear what I'm saying? Do you hear what I'm saying? Because when I read on social media and I hear negative comments that people say, about their relationship and their girl and all this other stuff, good for you. That's what you want because that's what you choose. He doesn't ever take me anywhere. That's what you want. That's what you choose. Because if you never make it your business to say, either you're going to take me, say, well, I'm going to take myself. You're going to stop complaining and get yourself together. You know, if you never bring it up and you never say anything about it, it's going to continue to happen. He doesn't really care about me all that much because you don't want him to. You don't want the care for yourself. Get up and go. See, here's the deal. When you fall in love with you, you don't allow somebody to mistreat you. Yeah. Get it, catch it? All up in there. When you fall in love with you, you love you so much, it ain't gonna happen. Especially when you hear you talk to people and you can't understand. You hear them say, this I keep getting the same person. Same thing keep happening to me over and over again. It's you, dummy. It's you. Wake up. You know why you keep getting the same person? Because you keep being the same person. You are the same person accepting the same crap every time. You get that? You're the same person that's saying, this is what I'm going to allow in a relationship. You may not be getting the same guy, but you're not changing you. Feel what I'm saying? Fall in love with yourself so much, honey, that when you're even out there dating, I don't want you to be a box guy or a box girl, but when you see those red flags, don't overlook the red flags. So many of us overlook the red flags. And then when we get into that committed thing we want to call a relationship, and these things are happening that you saw in the very beginning, it's like, oh my God, what am I going to do now? Don't overlook the red flags. They're there for a reason. Here's what I tell my girls. I have all girls, so I always tell my girls, if you're with somebody, you with a guy, you're dating this guy, and in the very beginning, you notice he has this hot switch, this hot button, like you say something, he easily gets ticked off. Red flag, my friend. And don't look at this and say, well, everybody gets upset every now and then. That ain't what I'm talking about then. I'm talking about this person literally snaps, goes off, gets pissed off easily in the very beginning. Red flag. Now, you may not know he could be a person with a hot button. He could have anger problems. He could be a person whose family, he grew up in a chaotic home. It's always something. We are who we are because of our upbringing. And then we become who we become because of our surroundings. Okay. So we don't know. You just never know. This is the beginning here. These are red flags. Men, if you are with a woman and every single time that you are with her, I'm just using an example, don't judge me here. And because when I go live, I go live. I'm not a scripted person unless I'm on a set. Okay. So you get with this woman, and in the very beginning, she's nice. But then before you know it, she's saying, well, um, I think I'm going to need you to pay for this. And there again, don't get me wrong now. When you do care about a person, you share your resources. Follow me. I think I'm going to need this. You're just maybe 2 or 3 weeks in and you're paying car payments and house payments. And listen, you can do exactly what you want to do with it. Your funds, I don't count anybody's money. My whole thing is be aware of what's going on. Is this somebody that you want to be with? Do you think it's very early to be making large lump sum payments on things 2 and 3 weeks into a relationship? Because see, what gets me is you get into these relationships And then this is how this person is. And then you get with your friends and you like, oh my God, I think this chick is a gold digger. Oh my God, all she does is ask me for stuff. Oh my God, all I do is pay for stuff. That's what you wanted, fool. That's what you accepted. You saw that in the very beginning. Now you're in the relationship. And now you want to start going, oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Look, people, before you even get to what you consider committed, pay attention to the red flags. Be honest with what you want. Be honest with what you're willing to give in that relationship. Don't wait until you call it committed and then you start saying, well, I think we in love, but I think we in love, but the but is coming in because there's something there. Figure out what that there is. So you can say, I'm in love and we're constantly evolving. I'm in love. We're constantly working on our relationship. See the difference? People who are happy in their relationships are particularly happy in their relationships because they're working on themselves and also they're working together. But you have to be willing to do it and stop going out there sharing